Welcome to the Positive Sports Podcast. I'll be your host this afternoon, Ed Montana. Alongside me today, my brother Alex. Alex, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, man.
You flexing, or what was that?
No, I was just pointing at myself. While you were saying, this is Alex, people, in case you don't know who the fuck Alex is between us
Alex
two,
is
it's
the ugly
me.
one.
That's right, the one that always wears the hat. Are you entering the puberty stage in your life? Because your fucking voice is like, what is wrong? Too many cigars this weekend?
Yeah. Well, I was out partying. I went to a couple of clubs.
Oh, nice.
There's no distinction between the weekday and the weekend. It's all the same shit.
No, I don't know what day it is, the date, the
I have
time.
no idea.
Well, I kind of know what the time is at my house because I know where the sun rises and sets. So I've got it all figured out after 3 months. But other than that, fuck, man, this
being at home
sucks.
So here I am. I'm growing the beard again. Take it back. I'm not growing a beard. I'm just not shaving.
I mean, why would you?
I know,
right?
Because I don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I don't.
I go nowhere.
Yeah, the beard bothers me too much after 7 days, so I have to shave on the 7th day. But other than that, otherwise I wouldn't.
How do you know it's the 7th day?
Well, I start doing this and this and this.
Once you start scratching, it's time to shave.
Time to shave. That's right. I'm in my showers. I've cut back on showering too. I'm like, look, I'm sleeping on the couch lately because my wife doesn't want to, want me near her. But I'm like, I'm not doing shit. I'm not breaking a sweat. Like, what am I doing?
Well, see, I run every day, so I do break a sweat.
Yeah, you need to shave. But even that's the funny thing between you and myself. You sweat, and you won't smell.
No.
I sweat and my hygiene is fucking unbearable.
All of a sudden, there's kids passing out at your house.
Yeah, like after walking from the couch to the refrigerator, I sweat and my hygiene is,
And there's a trail of green smoke behind you.
Yes, it's terrible. Really weird.
Well, that must be because, but you don't.
Who do I take that from, mom or dad?
I don't know. I've never seen them sweat.
We gotta find out which one of them is the stinky one.
What do you call it? But you don't. It takes a lot for you to sweat, doesn't it?
Yes.
See, for me, if I take a deep breath, I'm sweating.
Yeah, I've seen you.
That's why.
Ed could be tightening a screw and he'll start sweating.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Well, when we do barbecues and
that's because you're real weak. You got to put more into it.
No, I don't think that's it. When we do barbecues at mom and dad's house,
yeah.
I sweat. I actually take a spare T-shirt because I sweat so much. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
but I've always been that way.
It's weird.
And you're the exact opposite.
I know.
Maybe that's why you stink.
I guess we're definitely brothers, but we are so opposite.
Yeah.
In many ways.
Good looking, not good looking.
Yeah. Stinky, not stinky.
Exactly. Sweaty, not sweaty.
So look, bro, I don't know how many more baby showers I'm gonna go to. I feel like I've been to way too many baby showers, and
how many have you been to?
Well, in the past year, and I know it's been a year because I went to another baby shower this past weekend. My neighbor's son, his second son, is obviously expecting a baby, and his first son was
was last year.
Right, it was last year, and she his
right.
daughter's a year old. So, but I think in the past year I went to those two, and I've been to another one. So in the past year I've been to 3.
That is
baby
3
showers.
too many.
Well, who the fuck are you telling? The only reason I've gone, especially to these two, is because number one, they're right across the street, and two, there's a lot of guys there. So we chill in the garage, and the rest of the party.
I don't. When I was younger, I went to a baby shower one time, and they started playing all these stupid games, and I'm just like,
Wait, you actually played the games?
Well, like the guys, it was a couple's baby shower, right?
Gotcha.
So we're all there, and I'm like, first of all, there's no booze, right? Because the person of honor or whatever you want to call it, the main person,
the baby mama.
She can't drink, so it's kind of not cool. So there's no booze, and then they're playing these stupid games, trying to figure out how big around she is, and
the hell.
They're like, one of the games was like, cut a string and see if it goes all the way around her. I'm no dumbass. She's a chick. I picked a string like that big so that, she would think that I thought she had a skinny waist. But, I mean, and I'm just sitting there going, this is fucking, and then the shit in the diaper, which is actually a candy bar.
Oh, God, okay.
I'm like...
Did they play anything like pin the tail on the mom or something?
No. I mean...
No, see,
I couldn't.
There has been booze.
I wanted to kill myself.
There has been booze at these baby showers, so that gives me even a little incentive to go.
I would have been absolutely hammered. I mean, I can't. I get why chicks like it, right? Because they get the goo and gob on all the baby stuff and whatnot, and that's cool. Nothing wrong with it, but just leave me out of it.
As long as it's guys here, women here, I'm cool with it. It's across the street, so.
So you didn't play any? You didn't play any of the games or whatever?
No. So my neighbor's son, he's a little young. He's like 24 maybe, and so he obviously he's got a younger crowd, right? Group of friends, and so that. The millennials were inside,
right,
and the old and gray-haired guys were in the garage chilling.
Yeah, well,
so it was cool. Whatever.
I think if there was one across the street, I wouldn't go. I'd be like, I got a tummy ache or some shit.
It's a good excuse to get out the house. So whatever.
No, it's not. Absolutely not.
Hey, man. It's more than what I've done in the past 3 months, so I'll fucking take it.
I'd have been okay with nothing. Speaking of better than what's been going on the past 3 months, are we going to get any sports this summer?
We're on pace to no.
Yeah, we're on pace for 0 sports this summer.
I think what I'm most interested right now is in how many proposals we're going to get between the MLB Players Union and MLB. That's what I want to know.
You know what I found funny about the last, not the last two of the last 3.
2 of the last 17.
Two of the last 3. The proposal has been made. It was rejected, and they said there would be no counter proposal. And then 2 days later, they made a counter proposal. It's like, wait, I thought you said there was going to be no counter proposal.
This is awesome.
I mean,
I want to know how many proposals we're going to get here.
Yeah, I mean, what are we up to now? There was
I would assume
the 82, the 119, the 48, the 76, then the 86 games. Because they all come with different games.
I know there was an 89.
86 or 89. Yeah. So yeah, one of those.
And then there's still the 48 one, right? Isn't that?
Yeah, I counted that one.
Oh, you did. Okay, so
5.
I'm confident and say that there's been 5 at least.
Right, I'm confident that we missed one, and I'm saying there's 6
or 2 or 3. But yeah, 5 proposals since March, 3 months.
Well, and not even really since March, because they've started making these proposals in the last 3 weeks. Right,
the initial one.
They did the initial one in March, which, by the way, they agreed to.
Which, by the way, that's the one that it sounds like they're gonna go.
Now, the last thing I heard is that the owners can mandate a 48-game schedule.
That's what I've seen too. So
why are we arguing?
Why are we going through 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 proposals?
Look, if I had to propose 5 times, I'd have killed the bitch. I mean, seriously, if you have to propose that many times, hey, it's a no.
That's it. No is no.
It's a no. Look, it doesn't matter how big the diamond is.
Yeah.
It's going to be a no.
That's right.
It's not the diamond she's got a problem with. You're ugly. Just deal with it. Go away. Move on with your life.
This is incredible.
It is amazing.
It's really... It's gotten to a point where it's like, whatever,
it's actually...
Which is pretty sad.
I was pissed after the 3rd one. Now, I'm entertained by it.
Yeah.
Like when I see that there's a new proposal, I immediately go online, read up on what the proposal is, and then wait to hear what the response is. I don't wait to hear what the response is. I wait to hear no and. Right? Here's my counter proposal. I'm not going to make a proposal. Whatever. I want to hear the and.
What's crazy is that you're reading the same proposals over and over by the
Yeah, they're just moving the games and the percentages around.
That's
pretty much. But it's the same thing every time. It's the players say 100% pro rata salaries, and the owners say less than 100% pro rata salaries. Whatever that percentage is, 50, 70, 80, 60, 38.6. I don't. They need to come up with more creative numbers too. These round numbers. I mean, look, if we want to get to a decent number of proposals, 50, 60 proposals, you got to start slicing it up. You got 52.6 or
right,
some shit.
Right.
You can't
because then you play 52 games and 6 innings.
That's right. Or the 7-inning games. That's 77.7%. But you can start off by saying 77, and then they'll say 78, and then you say 77.7, and they say no, it's 77.77.
77.9, and then they meet at 77.8.
Right, but it's not because it's 77.7.
Right.
And actually, it's 77.77.
Are you not entertained?
It's 77.777777777.
It's a non-something number.
77.
I've been away from school for a while. They got a terminology for that.
I don't know. But it is laughable.
Yeah,
it's absolutely laughable at this point what they're doing. And quite frankly, I'm to the point where I think they're just not going to have a season because the owners, the players are not going to take less than 100% pro rata.
Right.
And the owners are not going to do 100% pro rata until they allow fans, right? Because that's what they're saying. They're saying they're missing out on that revenue. So until they open up stadiums, I would say to at least 50% capacity, MLB's not going to do it. The owners aren't going to do it. So I think this season is done.
By that logic, I'm not saying you're wrong or right, but by that logic, we may not get baseball for like 2 more years.
No, because they
won't allow fans.
By next year, they'll allow fans.
You think they'll?
I think. Yeah,
I hope so.
Yeah.
You would hope so.
Yeah, but they're going to continue to argue about this until they allow fans in the stadium because the owners lose out on a big chunk of revenue with no fans.
I've said all along, especially after like the second or third proposal, it feels to me like the owners don't want baseball. They're putting out these. I just spit on your fucking desk and it was a nice little bubble, but whatever.
Don't leave your COVID here. Take your COVID with you.
I had a lot of corona over the weekend.
Do you need a mask?
I might.
Should we be doing this with a mask on?
No. Nobody does a podcast in mask. Who the hell does that? Not this one.
Not this one. I'm sorry, you were saying.
No, so
please don't spit on the desk.
I'll try not to. It feels like the owners, give out these proposals, knowing in the back of their mind that the players are not going to accept it. And they're okay with that, and they're okay with just not having baseball, right? Like,
well, but it's the same thing with the players. The players are making the counter proposal with full pro rata, knowing full well that the owners are not going to accept that.
Yeah, but their counter proposals are a little more fair. I don't think they're.
How are they more fair?
They want to fucking get paid. Then they deserve to get paid.
The owners want to get paid too.
Well, they are.
Or they don't want to lose as much.
Yeah. I don't know.
Now, I will say this. Even though I am fairly convinced that there will be no baseball this year because there's not going to be fans this year, I do want them to continue with the proposal. Because at this point, I find it entertaining.
Well, it gives us something to talk about.
Unfortunately, it's the same shit every week. I wish they would come up with some creative ways of saying these proposals, or a creative way of shutting them down. Can they put it on a jumbotron or something like they do at the games? Yeah,
they pretty much aired out the dirty laundry, right?
Yeah, but it's always the same thing. They got to come up with something more elaborate, like maybe a flyover.
No. Yeah, or just televise it, right?
Oh,
Tony Clark should come out on the podium, right?
Yes. Have a massive press conference.
Do the Rafael
breaking news.
Yes, do the Rafael Palmeiro. No, we will not accept Major League Baseball's 14-game proposal. That would be awesome.
We got into a good conversation the other day about what would happen if it was a 50-game season. And I thought it was funny that you were like, the records won't, the numbers won't mean shit because they'll, 20 home runs will win the
home run title.
20 home runs and 60 RBIs is going to win. That's kind of silly, right?
Triple crown.
But think about it, like you might get someone to hit 430 over 50 games.
Oh yeah, you absolutely can.
Right? You might get a pitcher with like a .02 ERA.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, you can get some really crazy looking numbers.
Now, do you declare that guy the batting champ? Like the batting champ of all time?
Well, no, not of all time.
No, right?
No.
There's no way you could put him over.
But I mean,
Ted Williams.
But here's the funny thing, right? Like before Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa, right? When the record was 61, Roger Maris hit 61 home runs in 162 games.
Yeah.
The previous record was 60 in 154 games.
Right.
So a different number of games.
Yeah.
And we went with this one. So why can't we do the same thing for averages? Has someone ever hit 500 over a 50 game stretch? Imagine if that's the record.
I'm sure we can. We may have to research that just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
But I mean, that would be crazy. Now, I've been saying all along.
I'm gonna start researching. Well, records over 50 game stretch.
Yeah. I mean, you probably see some crazy shit because 50 games is
not a lot.
No, it's not a lot, but I mean, it's still 50 games, 30% of the season.
Yeah, a little less than that. I mean, but I mean, you can't. Surely, if someone, I don't know what's the record for the lowest ERA, 0.96 or something.
Yeah,
by
Bob Gibson.
Bob Gibson. If someone rolls out a freaking 0.43, I mean.
Oh?
Well, you got to take the pro rata share of that,
right,
and then extrapolate it out for an entire season to give the actual.
Give the actual ERA.
Yeah.
So this is gonna
multiply by 3. Everything gets multiplied by 3.
So that's gonna be a new stat.
Well, I guess the batting average would get divided by 3. Someone would have to hit 900.
That's a new stat right there. Actual ERA, prorated ERA,
extrapolated ERA. I mean? I don't know. It's a mess.
Yeah. So I've been saying all along, I'm not for the 50 games. I think it's in all honesty, I think it's an insult to baseball, to the teams, to some of the players. 50 games is just not enough. I'd rather not see any baseball. I just don't think 50 games is fair. I don't think it's fair. Okay, but since I have all this time, I've been thinking. Man, 50 games. If they go with 50 games, we might see some of the fucking best baseball ever, and the best managed baseball games that we've seen in a long time.
Well, think about this, right? So if it's 50 games, you can throw pitch count out the window.
Yes.
Right. Like
right. Especially if they're expanding the rosters.
Right, and an expanded roster, you get a guy like DeGrom.
Oh yeah.
Fuck it, bro.
Yeah.
We're not going to the bullpen. Right. You only have 10 starts.
Right.
You're going all 9.
Yeah.
Or if they do those 7-inning doubleheaders,
fucking he pitches both.
He pitches. Let's say he gets a shutout in the first game. Hey man, can you carry us a couple innings in the second game?
Think about it. If he pitches a 7-inning complete game and throws 75 pitches or 80 pitches. I mean, he can throw 20 more, 30 more.
You can bring him in for 2 innings.
Yeah.
Have him close the second game.
So when you kind of start to think about it, you might get some really good fucking baseball because you're going to have teams.
Get some crazy shit.
Except like for the Tigers and the Marlins. You may have some of the other, middle tier teams, really
well, and the other thing
trying,
too,
right?
If they expand the playoffs from 10 to 12 teams, right? Which is they said they're going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of one of the many proposals. Right. Everyone's in the playoff chase, right?
Yeah. Right.
After 40 games, with 10 games left, everyone has a shot. Yeah. I mean, the Orioles will be like, at the end of the season, the Orioles will be like, bro, we're only 20 games out this year instead of 55.
Think about it. That's a huge improvement.
Yeah. I mean, their win total won't be any better.
Right, but
their loss total will have gone down significantly.
That's right. And they can look back and they'll be part of history.
Think about it. Like, all of a sudden, if you're 10 games over 500, bro, you're in the playoffs. You're basically. I mean, so one hot stretch, right? 10 of 12, you're in first place.
There's 30 teams, right?
Yeah.
If you do a round robin, then that would be equal to 29 games.
Right.
Played.
Play each team twice.
Do a round robin.
Yeah, and then you get to play every single team.
You play every single team.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And then you just have like one big fucking tournament and seed it. How's that for a fucking proposal?
You bring in 2 minor league teams so you can do a round of 32.
There you go. Yeah, well, shit, yeah, might as well, right? Have them earn their pay.
No, what you do is the best team in the National League and the best team in the American League get a bye. The other 28 teams play a 3-game series. That gives you 14 teams, plus the 2 that got a bye.
And then you have
16-team tournament from there. Make it best of 7. Fuck, have no regular season.
Just one big fucking
best of tournament. And
best of 3.
Just fucking flip a coin to see who gets the bye.
Then do like best of 3 series.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking awesome. Nuts. That'd be nuts. I don't know, man. I at this point,
it's sad. At the end of the day,
I don't even know what to say anymore.
At the end of the day, we're joking, but it is sad.
Yeah.
It's sad that you had 2 groups, I think it was Bill Clinton that said in 94, you got basically 100 people trying to decide how to split $1 billion pie. It's like,
and look, and I'm on Twitter a lot, and I see way too many comments like this. And it's like, well, if you had a job, you meaning the average Joe like myself, if you had a job and your boss asked you to take a pay cut, would you still go to work? Stop it. 2 totally different tax brackets. It is not the same to compare, in my opinion. You can't compare both, okay? So, right, because I don't like that argument at all.
Because at some point, the salary gets low enough that you can't live, right? So if in the case of a family of 4, you're the only one that works, right? Say the same thing for a Major League Baseball player. They're in the millions. So if they take a 70% pay cut, they're still making, let's say they all make $1 million, which we know they make more.
Right.
But if you take a 70% pay cut, you're still making $300,000. A family of 4 can live on $300,000.
A lot to me.
Well, but more important, not a lot to them, but more importantly, they can live.
Right. Well, not a lot. Enough would be the right word.
Enough for them to survive, right?
Yes.
Whereas you take a family of 4 where the dad's the only one working, he's making $60,000.
Yeah.
You take 70% of their pay. Now you're talking about $18,000. 4 people cannot survive on $18,000.
Right.
So that's where it gets.
Yeah. That's why
it's no longer feasible.
I don't like that argument. It's not a fair one to make. You know what I mean? They're just in a way different tax bracket, lifestyle that us, average Joes just can't relate to.
Yeah,
you know
we can't. Yeah, you're right. We can't even relate to it.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea what it's like to make that much money. I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah. Well.
And now, and then you've got the NBA, which is in a different situation. Now, here's the part that I don't understand about the NBA.
A whole lot different when you think about it.
Oh yeah. Haven't they already agreed on this? Like, haven't the owners and the Players Association of the NBA, haven't they already come together and come to an agreement on how this is going to work? Why are we still talking about this? I thought they'd already. Like, here's my question. Like, is Kyrie going to set up a Zoom meeting with 100 players and they're going to change their vote? Can they go back and do that? Can they pull their ballot out of the box and go, no, and put it back in? I mean, that's the part I don't understand. I thought this was done.
I don't know. Again, I don't fucking know.
Pay attention.
Is this a written agreement that they did? Is it a... I don't know. The impression that I get is... I think these... Man, I don't know where to start. The impression that I get is that not all the details were disclosed between them. And as... Yes.
That's a problem.
Well, yeah, that
And why would you vote without knowing all the details?
I don't know. I think they have issues. I think they have issues with the whole bubble thing.
Why? It's the safest way.
I don't know, bro. I mean, look, Harden's not going to be able to fucking go to strip clubs. That's a huge issue for him. He usually has good game nights on strip club nights.
I mean, we have talked about the UFC before, but the UFC has put on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 events, I think.
Yeah,
it's in May and early June.
About as many proposals as the
MLB has a proposal. The UFC puts on an event.
That's it right there.
That must be how they're doing it. And they've done the bubble thing basically,
right?
And it has worked extremely well.
Yeah.
They had one person who showed up. He already had COVID when he got there. They canceled that fight and moved him out and his team out, his corner people. That was that. There was another one where the guy didn't have COVID, but one of his cornermen did. So they pulled him off the card, retested him like immediately. It turns out he didn't have COVID, separated him from his cornerman, and let him fight. So they've had 2 incidents, and they've gone off without a hitch. I mean, look, fights get canceled. Almost not every card. I'd say about half the cards have a fight that gets canceled, right? Because of whatever reason, weight cut or whatever.
Right.
So the fact that they've had 2 fights canceled because of COVID over 5 cards, seems like it's working well. If I was a player, I would rather do the bubble.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to be away from my family for a while, but in the case of the NBA, you're looking at 2 months. I mean,
no, I agree with you.
I think the bubble's the best way.
No, I agree with you. The only thing is, and UFC's done a great job, I think. I don't follow it. I'm just going off of what you say, and I know that you're pretty.
I'm balls deep into it.
You're more than balls deep, bro. You're knees deep.
Asshole deep.
But
up to my neck.
Up to you. But I think that the few differences is you have a whole lot more personnel in basketball as opposed to UFC. So testing, right? You need more testing. I think hotel accommodations and all that is might be an issue too. And I think with everything going on with these protests is having a huge impact on basketball and the players. And I think there's some players that feel strong about it, and that we've seen players protest. And look, say what you want about Kyrie Irving. He thinks the earth is flat. You can make fun of him. They voted him for the VP of the Players Association.
Really?
Yeah, he's the VP. Say what you want about Kyrie Irving, and I'm not defending him because he's a fucking Brooklyn Net, but you just have to listen to him, and he speaks his mind. But the fact, and I always said, all it takes is one. And the fact that there's been other players that have come out and kind of expressed the same feelings.
Dwight Howard.
Lou Williams of the Clippers. There's other players, whether it's 1 more or whether it's 5 more or 20 more or 100 more. There's other players that feel a certain way. And
here's my problem with it.
It's
my problem with it is this. I think you make a greater impact if you use the platform that you normally operate on,
right,
to continue to pump that message and put it out there, right? So if the players kind of come together and they wear Black Lives Matter t-shirts or I Can't Breathe t-shirts, or they make statements during they kneel during the national anthem, or they mention it in all of their post-game interviews and whatnot, I think that will make a greater impact than just not playing.
Right.
Because I think we're going to get to a point, and I don't know this for sure, but I think we're going to get to a point where the protests are going to fizzle, right? They're going to stop protesting, right? And sports will come back on, and any sports that comes on, people will gravitate towards, and it's an unfortunate comment about our society, but the fact of the matter is, when sports come back on, there will be a large segment of this population that will care more about the basketball and the baseball and the hockey than they will about the protests. And so if the basketball comes but continues to keep the message of the protest alive and in front of the cameras, I think it would actually help more. So I think they're doing a bit of a disservice saying, hey, the time's not right based on what's happening in our country to play basketball. And I think it's just the opposite. I think you really can posterize that message by continuing to advocate it on the platform that you have been given, which is, in the case of Kyrie Irving, basketball, right?
Yeah, I don't.
One man's opinion.
I don't disagree with you, but I think that that's exactly the point. They don't want to play, and the distraction go away from the protests, right? Because basketball comes back, it's not just going to be 3 hours, one game. It's going to be a whole day thing. So I don't think the players. I don't know. I'm not in there. I don't know how the players feel, but I would guess that the players feel like basketball would become a distraction to everything that's going on.
That's what they mentioned.
Right? And so, and then it kind of goes to the point of that one fucking reporter from CNN or MSNBC or whatever saying, doing the whole shut up and dribble deal. I think some players obviously,
are offended by that.
And
rightfully so.
And you have Drew Brees say something and she doesn't say shut up and throw a football, right? But then when a basketball player says, she, says something, it's shut up and dribble. And the players,
they don't want to. They don't want to shut up and dribble.
Yeah, and
which I don't blame them.
And if that's.
But
look, at the end of the day, they all have to be on board. They have to agree to it.
Well, they don't all have to be on board because they vote. And
right.
Majority's going to rule.
Right. Well, the majority has to be. Well, look, the players' union, any union is a strong union, and if
MLB, bro.
Well, yeah. Apparently, right, but. I don't know, bro.
Well, but here's the thing, too, about what you just said. They're talking about coming back July 1st, right?
31st. And then they moved it up to July 30th.
So July 30th? Dude, the protest, I can't imagine that the protests will go on till the end of July. I can't imagine. I don't even think they're going to go till the end of June. I'll tell you why I say that. I was flipping through channels yesterday, and you know what they were talking about on CNN? COVID. Check it out. There's this virus out there that fucks people up. So after 20 days or 16 days or whatever of protests, they've finally gone back to COVID. So I feel like the protests will eventually slow down to very little or to not enough to talk about. And so then the basketball platform is the best avenue for you to advocate for what the protests were advocating for. Especially, if you're talking about July 30th, when it's not. I don't think it's going to continue that far.
COVID has been around since March here in the U.S. and they started opening back stuff up May 18th in California, and people went out there and didn't give a shit about COVID. So these protesters, they don't give a shit right now. I think they're fighting for a bigger cause, and it doesn't matter if they catch COVID.
I agree with that, but I just don't. I think at some point the media will turn it off, and if the media doesn't give it the spotlight, the media will not turn it off because the media will try.
They're
already starting to.
No, yeah, but
they're already starting to.
I think the power of the people, the voices of the people, right now, is to a level that we haven't seen before, and
it's the loudest it's ever been. I agree.
Right, and I don't think it can be stopped right now, and I don't think it's going to be stopped until voting comes in November, and that's good. And I think that's a good thing. I think as long as we do it peaceful, I think it's a great thing.
No, don't get me wrong. I agree with you, and I'm not saying that the protesting doesn't have value. I'm saying at some point, look, we're a short-term memory society, right? At some point, and I think we're already getting to that point, it's going to kind of fade into the background. The protests are fading into the background a little bit.
Right.
Like I said, when the protests started around Memorial Day until about June 10th,
right.
I mean, I heard nothing about COVID. Nothing. Now, granted, I don't sit there and watch CNN all day, but I watch it in spurts, half hour here or there, and I heard nothing. Now we're starting to hear about COVID again. So I feel like there's a little bit of protest fatigue, and by the time we get to July, I think it's not going to be the first item on the news. It may not even be the second item. And so, again, bring back to my original point, these basketball players, and baseball players too, can use their platform for that, right? Like, if LeBron James makes a comment on every single post-game interview, every single post-game press conference, that's probably going to get more run than what it's going to eventually get by the time the season starts. That's my point. Maybe not today, but the season's not going to restart until July 30th. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm confused as to, because again, I thought that it was a done deal. They already had a plan in place, and they're going to take 22 teams and play 8 games, and if you play a team, they're going to pick up the schedule, and I thought they had everything hashed out.
I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, the only thing I could think of is some details weren't specified. They weren't told.
Orlando. There ain't no hoes in Orlando.
Yeah. Right? Wait, we can't go to Disney? Fuck that.
I'm okay with Orlando, but if I can't go to Disney World, I'm out.
Yeah.
You know what the funny thing about that is? It's not funny. They're gonna put them in that bubble in Orlando. They can't go to Disney World.
Right.
And Disney World's open.
That's right. That kind of sucks. They should just open it up for the players, right?
Yeah.
That would be cool. Have their family come.
Yeah. Close Disney World for everybody else.
Yeah.
Charge the players double or 3 times what the normal rate is, right? Because there's not going to be as many and they can afford it.
Right.
And let them have at it.
That would be cool.
It's a small world.
Take pictures with Mickey Mouse and shit. Minnie Mouse.
Have the ears on.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. So what about hockey? Because they've been awfully quiet, right? They've already agreed. I think they have.
They don't like to flaunt their proposals like other people do. They've got a plan. I think they've got a plan.
You think they're going to play eventually?
Who?
The NHL?
Well, no, because now the ice is all going to melt. Duh. That window has passed.
It's not cold enough?
It's not cold enough. Yeah, they're gonna create a bubble in Siberia. I think they're moving towards a plan.
When are they supposed to come back?
I think middle of July.
I don't know, man. Something's gonna happen.
God, I hope not. I'm tired of stuff happening. I just want stuff to go back to.
Listen, 2020's been full of surprises, bro. Don't bank on anything except your bank.
you know what I heard the other day? I heard someone. It was a basketball conversation, and one guy asked the other guy, if you had to describe 2020 as a basketball player, who would you describe it as? Go ahead.
As a basketball player?
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman.
Why?
Because you never know what you're going to get.
Right. This guy came up with the best answer. Harold Miner. Baby Jordan.
Yeah.
He came into the league, had so much promise, a great career ahead of him, and it was a dud.
Complete
It's kind of like 2020.
Yeah.
Right? We were expecting a great year, January 1st, December, New Year's Eve, everyone's all excited for the new year to start, and it's going to be a great year, and the start of a new decade.
Like when you go buy $100 worth of fireworks, and you go to light them up, and they just don't light up. They're duds.
Actually, this year's been more like you buy $100 worth of fireworks, and they're fucked up and they end up flying into your house and you light them and set your house on fire.
No shit.
And all of a sudden, you ain't got no house.
Listen, we're 6 months through the year.
Yeah.
What can go wrong will go wrong.
God, I can't imagine it's going to be any worse.
Actually, I think you should always approach life like that sometimes. What can go wrong will go wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could be fucking driving somewhere important, a job interview, and you get a flat tire, right? Yeah. It could happen.
Well, I mean, yeah, anything is possible, right?
Just got to roll with the punches. So, I mean...
We've done a lot of rolling this year.
We have?
We've been rolling with a lot of punches.
Yeah? I'm out of punches, man. I don't know.
We've taken a beating this year. It's been terrible.
Well, we'll see, man. Maybe the second half of the year is,
That's what I'm hoping for.
Sometimes in a basketball game, you get 2 games in one, right? The first half is totally different.
You're down
you get
40.
Yeah.
Then you come back in the second half.
That's it.
And win the game.
That's it. That's what 2020 is going to be about.
That's right. It's going to be a crazy basketball game.
That's it. It's going to be the fucking comeback. It's going to be the fucking... Red Sox coming back from down 0-3, bro.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what
it's going to be.
Let's hope
2020.
It's fucking the Cleveland Cavaliers coming back down from 3-1 in the finals. All we got to do is kick Donald Trump in the groin.
Except we didn't win one in the first half.
Right? Yeah, no, you didn't. No, at all.
So we're really down 0-3.
That's it. We just got to kick 2020 in the groin. Ding. That's it. Draymond Green style, bro. We'll survive.
Oh man! Hey, did you catch the? I tell you, the best thing about this whole shutdown thing has been ESPN and these freaking documentaries, bro.
It's been appetizing.
It has been great. I love it. I absolutely love it. I've said that before. I know. But so last night was the Long Gone Summer,
which is only one part. I thought it was.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be two too.
You say that way too often.
Yeah, I do.
Well, it was kind of 2. It's 1 hour, 2 hours.
It was 2 hours, but it was only one part.
Yeah, so you get 2.
No documentary next week.
What the fuck are we going to do with our Sunday? Baby shower. I'll be there. Who's got a baby shower? I will be there.
Well, next Sunday's Father's Day.
Oh. I gotta remind my wife this whole fucking every day this week. And my kids.
Gotta remind everybody.
Fuck yeah, it's Father's Day.
I know we're in shutdown.
But it's Father's Day.
A little something for this guy.
That's right.
Long Gone Summer. It recapped documentary covering the summer of 1998 and the home run race between McGwire and Sosa, which was fantastic.
It fucking what it did to baseball was for baseball fucking amazing, really, when you think about it.
Well, because a little background, right? They canceled the '94 season in like August. I want to say late August, and no World Series, nothing. And so attendance and TV ratings dropped significantly in 95 and 96. People were pissed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then in 98, we had an expansion. We had McGwire hit 58 home runs in 97. And so there was talk about the chase for 61. Roger Maris is 61. And 98 delivered. And, I mean, really, it started off McGwire and Griffey, but it quickly became McGwire and Sosa in June. And it was a riveting summer after that.
Yeah.
Those two guys chasing down the record and chasing down each other, right? Because the one thing that we kind of forget about that summer is it was pretty clear that they were both going to break the record.
Right.
But then someone was not going to have the record. Right? So,
yeah.
And in this case, it ended up being Sammy Sosa, who hit 66. And here he had this incredible season, broke the record, but doesn't have the record. Right? Which is, it's kind of bittersweet, I would think. Although
for him, no.
Sammy Sosa was just, he said it plenty of times too. He was just happy to be there.
That's it.
He was happy, he had a rough career up until that point.
And he bigged up McGwire plenty of times, saying he's the man,
Yeah. And McGwire was very appreciative of Sosa and his impact on that season. And, I thought I thought it was great. I mean, it was just, and a lot of things that you don't remember. The amount of pressure that McGwire felt during that season, because he had always deflected the conversation by saying, "There's nothing to talk about there's nothing to talk about in April, May, June, and August.
Right.
You get to 50 by September, we got something to talk about."
Right.
And I think that was his way of trying to push the pressure, but it didn't happen because he got off to such a great start. I mean, he had 23 home runs by May 23rd.
Yeah.
It was such a great start that he had, reporters in his face about the record every day.
Yeah.
And dude, baseball is tough.
It's tough.
Every freaking day.
Who was it? Yogi Berra said, baseball's 10% talent, 99% mental. Yeah, or 90% mental. 99 plus 10 is 100. Oh, my math is off.
Yeah, it's
but you get the drift.
It's tough. I mean, I know it's not. People don't think of it as the most physically demanding, right? Because there's a lot of standing around but dude, I've played baseball. When you're out there in the hot sun, day after day,
yeah,
it's freaking tiring. When I go out and I practice with my kids' team, every now and then I'll fill in as the assistant coach. You're out in that sun. We went on Saturday. He had an 11 o'clock practice. Bro, it is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
it's tough.
That's 2 hours for one day. They do it every day.
I wish the documentary wouldn't have centered so much on McGwire, because I feel like without Sammy Sosa, that there's no race. There's really no race without Sammy Sosa, right? Because Ken Griffey eventually fell back, and Sammy, I don't like the way they did that, and then they backdoor that 30 for 30 with the E60 on Sammy Sosa. And, the documentary was okay if it was trying to fill my appetite for baseball. It didn't really do it because, again, there's, with The Last Dance, we kind of got some stuff that we haven't seen before or heard before. But with this, it was like, I don't know. It was okay. I watched it, but I wish a little more, light on Sammy would have been nice, because he's, he was part of it. He made that 98, that summer of 98. Both of them did equally, well, I would have liked a little more shine on him.
Right, but it like a boxing match, right? There has to be an A side. And McGwire, he got to 61 first. He ended up with the record. He had the pressure going in. He was the A side going in. He was the A side at the end, right? Mayweather-Canelo was a great fight, but Mayweather was the A side. He was undefeated. He was the champion. He came in. He won the fight. So if you did a documentary on that, right, you would center a little more on Mayweather. And that's how I took it last night. I thought they shined up Sosa pretty good. You notice they barely mentioned the Cork bat incident. Granted, it was later on.
That's what I would like to see. Talk about the juicing a little more.
And they barely mentioned the juicing.
That was the juice of the whole thing. I thought we were going to get. We know what happened.
Yeah,
we know what happened.
Here's the thing. It's hard to talk about that, because there's no failed test. B, it wasn't against the rules.
Right, but if you ask the questions, it'll get talked about. Now, if it'll get talked about.
But it would all be conjecture at that point, right? It would all be bro science. You and me talking about, well, Sammy looks like his head got bigger, and dude,
no, I'm saying ask them the questions.
Oh yeah, but are they really? But here's the thing.
They don't want to talk about it.
Right, and are they even going to participate? Do we even get a documentary if the producer says, "Look, this is what I want to talk to you about, and I want you to answer"? Do you even have a documentary? Probably not. Yeah. It's unfortunate, dude. Speaking of steroids, or actually, no, I don't want to say that. I take that back.
Why?
Popeye.
Don't take it back.
Popeye, jacked up on all the spinach, did not have the forearms that Mark McGwire had.
Wait, why'd you take back steroids?
Because I don't want to. Because neither one of them failed. Neither one of them failed the test.
Do you think they took steroids?
It doesn't matter.
Do you think
but
they
it doesn't
took
matter what I
steroids?
think.
But
It doesn't matter what I think. And Mark McGwire had those forearms when he was in Oakland.
do you think Barry Bonds took steroids?
Well, we know Barry Bonds took.
He never failed.
But we know because we've got.
Well, we know Mark McGwire did. He took that testosterone, whatever
But
the fuck.
but that's not an illegal steroid.
But it is a steroid.
No. It's like some kind of thing that produces steroid-like activity in your body. It's different. It's a supplement.
Come on, listen, bro. Come on, man. Do you think he took steroids or not?
But again, whether I think it or not is irrelevant. Because
I'm just asking in general. Do you think?
I do.
But you think McGwire took steroids?
Yeah, I do.
You think Sammy Sosa took steroids?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
but it doesn't matter because I have no failed test. It wasn't against the rules, so it really doesn't matter what I think. Right? Anyway, back to my original point.
It's like if the fucking tree falls in the forest and you're not there to fucking hear it.
Does it make a sound?
Does it make a sound? I mean, come on now. Does it make a sound? Yeah, it makes a sound.
How do you know?
Because a tree in a forest, it's gonna make a big thump.
Right, but isn't part of sound having a receptor to receive the sound?
If I drop this phone over there and the door's closed, I know for a fact it's gonna make a sound.
But someone's gonna hear it.
But I'm gonna know it makes a sound.
I actually don't know what the answer is to that, but I think that I've heard that argument. But anyway, the forearms on Mark McGwire, holy shit, look like my thighs.
Yeah, he's got big forearms. Actually, he's just had a big fucking upper body all along.
Huge dude. The other thing that's incredible about that season is neither one of them, both of them had but they had experienced injuries in previous seasons. Neither one of them had an injury that year, which, takes a little luck to break records.
Mark, regarding steroids, McGwire said something in there that I truly believe. Like, I think the steroids, the reason the players take the steroids is to avoid or recover from injury. I honestly believe that. Because, I mean, at the end of the fucking day, you gotta hit a round ball with a fucking bat. Mm-hmm. Right? You gotta have some type of fucking hand-eye coordination. Does it make you bigger? Yes. Stronger? I don't know. Mark McGwire was fucking hitting. He hit 48, 49 home runs his rookie season. Yeah. He was hitting bombs, a long time ago.
Yeah.
So,
well,
but
that argument about steroids does not fly because if it's illegal, right, then you are getting an advantage that someone else is not getting because you are able to swing that bat a little bit faster. So that fly ball that would have been an out or a double if it's hitting the gap now clears the fence. Here's the other thing. You avoid injury as well. You can train harder to make yourself better. So yeah, it doesn't help you hit a baseball, but it helps you as an athlete. So that's what, otherwise why do it? Right? Why do it? It's the same thing. It's the same as chess players, right? They're taking Adderall. It doesn't help them play chess better, but it helps them be a chess athlete better by in helping their concentration.
You did not just say chess athlete.
Dude, chess players are athletes. You try sitting in a chair for 4 hours.
I've played chess before.
Yeah, but you suck.
With a little timer too.
Yeah, no, that whole steroid argument that it doesn't help you hit a baseball, it doesn't help the skill of hitting a baseball. You still have to have that, but it does help you be the athlete that you are.
Here's why I believe that players like Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds, Alex Rodriguez, the three that I can think off the bat, they were so fucking good at such a young age that Roger Clemens, I don't think they needed steroids at all. I just think they felt, like Barry Bonds saw what McGwire, Griffey, and Sosa were doing. He's like, man, fuck, I want to,
Dude, in every single home run they showed against the Giants, they didn't show the face of the pitcher. They showed the face of Barry Bonds. Did you notice that?
And it was a sad face at the time.
Kind of like a, goddamn.
But I mean, those players, man, that I mentioned, Bonds, Griffey, McGwire, Sosa. Well, Sosa not too much, but Clemens, they were all fucking good, man. Like they didn't need to take steroids.
They didn't need to. But here's the thing. Barry Bonds didn't need to take steroids to be a great baseball player. I believe he would have been a great baseball player regardless. But I think he needed to take steroids to hit 74 home runs. Otherwise, he would have hit 68. He'd have been great. He wouldn't have had the record, right? Because the record was 70 by the time he came around. Mm-hmm. So my argument about steroids is not that it made them. Look, I can go down to Gold's Gym and buy every fucking steroid they have. I'm not going to hit 2 home runs, let alone 70, right? Because I don't have the skill. So I don't say that they don't have any skill. I'm not saying that Barry Bonds without steroids would just be a bum, would be a 220 hitter, hit 10 home runs a year. But would he hit 74? I don't know. You know what I mean? That's my point. Clemens, would he still throw 95 miles an hour at 40 years old? I don't know. That's my point. Would
so McGwire wouldn't have hit 70.
Right, he wouldn't have hit 70 maybe. Maybe he would have only hit 65. Maybe he wouldn't have stayed healthy that year and he would have hit 40, right? Because he'd have been out for a stretch. That, to me, that's the problem with steroids. And look, you can go back to every period in history and you can discount the numbers of those people for whatever reason, right? In the 70s, they were pounding coffee and methamphetamines like Tic Tacs, right? Because to keep themselves going. That helped them. Those stats from the 70s were aided by that, right? The Babe Ruth stats were aided by the fact that there were no black players when he played. So he was playing against half the talent, right? Bob Gibson was a great pitcher, but the mound was 18 inches high. Now it's capped at 10. So every era has something, right? I feel like we just beat up on the home run era because the home run is the most beloved of stats, right?
Well, it's a drug too, right? So the
home run?
The steroids,
oh yeah,
right?
Yeah, that too,
you
right?
Shouldn't be taking drugs,
right?
I mean,
yeah. No, I'm sorry, I missed your point. But yeah, and it also has, I do believe it has to do with the home run is the most beloved stat ever, right? That it just is. We love the home run, right? Chicks dig the long ball, and that's, to me, that's why that we make such a big deal about the steroid era.
Yeah. I wonder how the Maris family felt after watching that yesterday. I don't know. I'm
well,
interested
they were presented in a very positive light.
Yeah.
But Roger Maris was presented in a very sympathetic light. The fact that he got so much hate for breaking the record because he had 8 more games than Ruth did, and Ruth was, almost a mythical character.
Right.
And Mark McGwire, I think, did a lot to give love and credit to Roger Maris by the way he interacted with the family. Mark McGwire was a class act throughout the whole thing. I thought.
Except towards Sammy. So.
Why towards Sammy?
I don't think he really gave a fuck about Sammy. He hugged
him and he picked him up. Like it was almost like the scene from Dirty Dancing.
Almost.
But Sammy should have come running in from the outfield.
Right. And then the music starts.
Yeah.
I think what was cool was seeing Matt McGwire, Mark McGwire's son, talk about how he went to school that day and he, it was a day game against the Cubs, right? And he was about to hit 61. Uh-huh. And to Ty Maris, and how they pulled him out of school so he can go, get to the game on time, and he didn't know what was going on, and then he kind of later on
got it.
I thought that was pretty cool.
When I heard that, and I don't think you may know this, but I don't know that I certainly don't think you ever lived it, that you can recall. But when I heard that, my first thought was to my dad. Mm-hmm. And he used to cut me. His boss used to give him tickets to the Yankees home opener every year. We were Mets fans,
right?
But free tickets when I was a kid, right?
Plus, I'm sure his boss was a Yankee fan.
Yeah, he was. And Dad used to cut me out of school every year. He used to write me a note and said, I've got it, Ed's got a dentist appointment. He's not going to be. He would send the excuse note. He would cut me out of school to take me to the Yankee game. And that was my first thought when I saw that. It almost brought a tear to my eye. It almost made me wish I was watching it with Dad next Sunday.
Right
On Father's Day.
Yeah.
So that I could tell him what a fond memory that is for me of my childhood. My dad, who was strict as hell with me when it came to school, but he would cut me out of school for baseball.
Yep.
That's
awesome.
God, that makes me feel good just thinking about it.
Yeah. I've done that a couple times with my kids, taking them out of school.
Do you?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I'm a hard ass with Eric. I've never done it. I should do it.
Oh, maybe you should do it once.
Yeah, I should. I should.
That'd be nice of you.
Yeah, it would. But I'm not a nice guy, so that's that.
But
you got anything else on the doc?
What else happened this week?
You want to go back? Well, we had a proposal from baseball.
Oh, yeah. We'll have one as soon as we're done with the show. We'll have 3 more by the time we record next week. And Father's Day. What are you doing for Father's Day?
Nothing.
Nothing. Damn.
Dude,
I'm probably doing the same.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh boy.
I got a text today.
Okay.
And here, I'm going to read it to you real quick because I thought it was hilarious. You know how you get the little banner that shows the text? So yeah. I got a text from a friend of mine.
Okay.
And the first 2 lines are all that showed up, right? It says, if available, please join us to wish his wife a happy birthday. Okay. That's all I saw. Right. So I saw it, I was working, so I put it to the side or whatever. I was eating my lunch later on, and I opened up the text. Right. It's a fucking Zoom meeting invite. So my question to you, in these quarantine times, shutdown times, COVID-19 times, whatever you want to call it, if your birthday was right now, let's say. Right. Or your wife's birthday right now. Yeah. Which I guess we've already done this, right? Because your wife's birthday was in March.
Well, it was in the beginning of March.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. Before. So here's my question: if it was later on, would you create a party for her on Zoom?
I would have never. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't think to do that. I mean, that's. What are you gonna do?
And I ain't fucking going to a Zoom meeting.
Why not? What kind of friend are you?
Dude, I am not gonna sit on my computer and do what? Happy birthday.
You could be the guy.
Why can't I just send her a text?
Look,
happy birthday. I hope it's a great day. It's about the same thing.
Well, she wants to see people. Maybe.
Turn on TV. There's people on TV every day.
She wants to see her friends. Do you know her?
Well, yeah, I know her.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, you should absolutely do it.
Relatively close.
I mean, you got an invite. I think you should. Just make sure you turn off the Zoom before you grab the lotion. Have you seen that guy? The guy David fucking leaves the Zoom meeting on with his coworkers and he fucking, casually grabs some lotion, sits down, a napkin, and get ready to fucking beat his shit. Dude, Don't be that guy.
I can't. Look, to me, the Zoom meeting is pretty much like the baby shower. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I don't even like the Zoom meetings for work. And I get paid for those. Right. Huh? I don't know. I think I will send her a text and wish her a very, very happy birthday. And I hope she has a great day. And the next time I see her, maybe I'll mail her a gift. Whatever.
I mean, just pop in there, say hi, and then get out. Say, my connection's bad. There you go. It's perfect.
No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to line up shots. Uh-huh. Only mine are not going to have alcohol.
You got water?
Water. I'm like, hey, let's do some vodka shots. How many can you do? Oh, I'll do 2 or 3. All right, 3. Come on.
Yeah, and then just end it and just be like, hey, sorry, my Wi-Fi sucks.
Or just sit there.
I still have Roadrunner.
Or just sit there like this for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, right. There you go.
It gets frozen.
There you go. Perfect. But at least you made the attempt. It's her birthday.
Yeah, I can't.
I mean, look, if it was your birthday, you would want people to come in on your Zoom meeting.
I wouldn't put out a Zoom meeting.
But if you did, you wouldn't want to be the only one showing up.
Is it going to be a surprise Zoom party?
It may be.
In which case, she won't know that I got it.
Yeah, but you don't want to show up to your Zumba party and, you know...
My birthday's coming up. I'm going to send you a Zoom invite.
Well, good luck, because I ain't fucking going. I still got DSL, bro. Dial up, so...
Oh, my goodness.
That would be a good time, though. Okay, hold on. I don't know what your friends are like. I'm sure they're great people. But you and I would make that fun.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Right. I mean, after all, we are the two people that moved my parents twice. And had way more fun than anyone should ever have moving.
We used sofa chairs on a fucking four-wheel dolly.
Dude, that second move pissed me off. But we had so much fun. So, just to give everyone background, our parents moved down here about 10 years ago.
No.
We went up to New York. We flew up there, packed up their house and their car, and drove all the way down here.
Watched a Met game.
That's right.
Against the Cubs the night before having to move.
That's right. And we drove them down here and moved them into an apartment. Turns out there was some deal with the apartment, the way it faced. Dad couldn't get satellite.
All right.
So Dad complained at the apartment complex, and they offered to put him in a different apartment. And the fucker said yes. So we had to move them from one end of the apartment complex to the other.
Yep.
And I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. But Alex and I did it. And I have never had so much fun in my entire life.
No, it was fucking a great time.
We put Mom on that
put Mom on there. We put each other on there. We put our uncle, who's like 65 years old, on there.
Almost gave Mom a heart attack on that thing, because we were running through the parking lot on that thing, and you know those dollies don't turn well. You almost fucking wrecked me.
Yeah, that was fun. That was really fun.
We had such a good time.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a lot of fun. If you guys need two movers, I think we would be happy to do it.
Oh yeah,
for the right price, but we would be happy to do it.
Yeah, we'd have a good time. And look, if you want to participate in the move, that's fine too.
Oh yeah, we'll
sign a waiver.
Right.
COVID and sofa on a dolly waiver.
So hold on.
Personal injury waiver.
So if I set up a Zoom birthday party for you next week, you're in, right? You would go. No. You would fucking go. It would be fun, bro.
I should have never told you that story 2 weeks before my birthday.
I mean, I think this might call for a fucking live podcast / Zoom
party.
Birthday party.
That would be hilarious.
For Ed.
No.
You would do it. It would be fun. Think about it, bro. We'll put you some of those cone things on your head, a little fucking blower. Yeah. It would be so much fun, bro. And we could even make it a birthday party / baby shower, right? Because we'll go back to when you were born, and we could bring like little socks and onesies and little
Now
mittens.
I'm definitely out. I might have done the Zoom party if you set it up. I am not doing a baby shower.
So we'll do the Zoom party. You just fucked yourself.
Oh my goodness.
All right. I gotta go.
You got anything else?
I gotta go do something.
You don't.
No.
Take your ass home.
Well, I gotta go play.
Don't do that shit in my bathroom, bro.
No, I haven't eaten much this morning, so I don't have nothing to fill up in your bathroom. But
I know what you're like.
But my wife should be making it home soon, and I'm sure she's got some honeydews for me. So.
Somebody's in trouble.
It's okay.
Somebody's in trouble. Somebody's in trouble.
It's all good. It's all good. It'll give me. Actually, it's time to plan for this party that I got next weekend.
Tell them about the podcast. Tell them about the podcast.
We're having a live podcast next week. It'll be a Zoom meeting.
Not that. Tell the people.
People, make sure you tune into our podcast. You can reach us on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, and any of your favorite preferred podcast streaming platforms. Just search up Positive Sports Podcast. You can reach us through email, positivesports10@gmail.com. That's positive sports gmail.com. If you want to get rid of me and help me plan for this great fucking birthday party on Zoom, hit me up on Twitter. I'm there 24/7, 365 at Brooklyn Gaucho 1. If you want to get rid of Ed and ask him what he wants for his birthday.
You get rid of me?
No, what you want for your birthday.
You said if you want to get rid of Ed.
Did I?
Yeah. Why would they want to get rid of Ed?
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, well, I fucking apologize. No.
Get a hold of me?
Yes, yeah, get a hold of you. I said rid of?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
I think you said it for you, too.
Did I?
You're a weirdo.
Well, if you want to get rid of us, you can't. You're fucked. How do they reach you on Twitter, bro?
On Twitter, at eMontana21. My brother has lost it. All this Zoom talk and he's zoomed right
I'm excited about the Zoom. I'm not going to lie.
You're a weirdo.
You fucked up.
You are a weirdo. All right, folks. We've come to the end of another wonderful episode of the Positive Sports Podcast. Y'all have a good time out there. Stay safe. Be good to each other. Black Lives Matter. As always, folks, ignore the negativity. Be the positivity.
Peace.